that was Questlove's line, "Wanna lick, psych," from anyone who knows Eddie Murphy's stand-up with the "and you don't get no ice cream, 'cause you." So he added that, wanna lick, psych, yum. But that was all our harmonies, and God, did we practice that over and over again. We just did it for the love of you guys. We didn't get paid for that, any like sales thing or any of that stuff. So we just did it for the love and to thank you guys for making such fun flavors and just for being good people. And you always do good stuff.
So what did we do? We sent ice cream.
So, which is the best. This is why I tell anyone should get their own talk show. You do this, and then Sean came over and said, "I'd love to give everyone on the crew Ben Jerry's ice cream," and set up so many things. Everyone's just getting scoops of ice cream, and we're like, "We love you guys so much. Come back tomorrow." And so then he's like, "Yeah, well, you know, anytime, you know, if you guys, you know, want to do a bit or something like that, we'd love to do something." Like, "Oh, we love you guys mutual." And he goes, "Then maybe we'll work together in the future with the flavor." And then we all froze. We were just like, we just stopped. We were like, "Whoa." Like we would be, yeah, like we'll give you 20 ideas tomorrow. Like we would freak out. So we just started thinking with Sean when he came in the office, and we're just sitting around thinking of ideas. And Mike Shoemaker and Gavin were in there, Gavin Purcell and Mike Shoemaker. We're just thinking about ideas. And we go, something about late night snack. And I was like, what do you have, like, when you watch our show, do you eat, you know, is popcorn good? You can't have pizza. You can't have, I don't know, you know, pretzels you kind of did with Chubby Hubby. And they were like, potato chips? And Sean was like, we tried potato chips before. You can't, this is some science now. This is getting a little boring for you guys, but I love it. This is the science behind it. Potato chips are all shaped differently. And sometimes they're sharp and they're angled, and you can't have the same, if you're making a bunch of different pints, they can't all look the same. The other thing is that they can get soggy if they're just sitting in ice cream. So we're like, oh yeah, you just blew our minds. So whatever. So he left, and we're like, okay, well, we'll try to think of some things. We do like that salty sweet. I'm a fan of like, you know, Top Chef and you know, any of that gourmet that you watch those Food Network shows where they make like salty ice cream and all olive oil ice cream. And so we're trying to think of all weird stuff. And then Sean called us back. He's like, we talked to the research department. We think we got something that's pretty cool. Can we come down for a meeting? I'm like, yeah. I mean, you know, we'll see. We'll schedule what in. He goes, we'll bring ice cream. I go, let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. Come. So he set up. He had these pints of ice cream. They don't have the label on it. They just come in these white, generic, almost like you feel like you're in a Stanley Kubrick movie. He comes out of a steaming, you know, smoke is coming out of a bag. And these two white pints, and you open up the top. He goes, "Try this." He scooped out enough for me, Gavin, and Shu. Was there anyone else in the room? It was just us, right? Maybe Katie Hockmeyer was in the room, and me, Mike Shoemaker, Gavin Purcell, and Katie Hockmeyer in the room. And we all tried it, and we're like, "Oh my God, this is great! It's like vanilla. It's salty. Like he's like describe the flavors. I'm like salty caramel, and then what are these like? It's almost like a chocolate. It's like a malted milk ball, but it's salty. What?" He's like, and we were like, what? How did you solve the problem? He's like, they're potato chip clusters. So what they do is they crush up the potato chip, put it in ball form, so now you can make a bunch of those, because balls are easy to produce, mass produce, and to keep the crispiness of it, they're kettle chips. See, I learned a lot, Sean, I didn't forget. They're kettle chips, and then they're coated in fudge so that they never get non-crispy. So you got the crisp, you got the salt, you got the sweet, you got the chocolate, and you got vanilla. It's like the best ice cream flavor I've ever had in my life. And I freaked out, and there was a chocolate flavor, and there was a vanilla flavor. And hands down, the vanilla was our favorite of the two. And we're like, this is it. This is the ice cream. And it's like, and we like late night snack. And I'm like, that is perfect. It just kind of came in. It was the easiest. You have the best. I mean, I always think I have the best crew in the whole wide world to work with, but you have the greatest team to work with. You guys are so easy to work with, and so smart, and so generous, and cool. And I was like, and it's just so fun when you can deal with fun people and work. It's just so easy. And then you said, here's the other thing: you get a percentage of. Oh, you said this ice cream. Two of the main ingredients are fair trade. And I was like, I've heard of fair trade. I don't know what it is really, but I know it's fair. I go, what is it? And you go, fair trade is what Ben & Jerry's really excited about. We're putting out a lot of stuff fair trade now. We want to really support fair trade. And it's the cocoa from the fudge on the potato chip is fair trade, and the vanilla bean in the vanilla ice cream is fair trade. And from what I know about fair trade, I'll let Ben elaborate, but it just gives farmers in developing countries a fair shot to sustain a living, to make a living off farming. You know, it's just the fair price, and it's just a great thing. I was just so psyched that was part of the deal. And then he said, some of you get a percentage of this. You and NBC can split it. And I was like, all right. And he was like, or you can donate it to charity. I'm like, I'd love to donate it to charity. So we went to, is it Fair Trade Universities, which is, they go around to college campuses and teach kids about fair trade and how it's good and how it works and why you should buy stuff that has that fair trade logo on it, which is on your shirt right there. That's the logo. That's the magic. Let the shots be taken. That's the one you want to see. Do you want to speak about fair trade at all?
Sure.